Isaac and God's miracle, a story of faith and love. God's promise. A long time ago, in a quiet land surrounded by mountains and fields, there lived a man named Abraham and his wife, Sarah. They were known for their kindness and unwavering faith in God. But despite their happy life, there was something missing. They didn't have any children. Abraham and Sarah dreamed of having a family, yet as the years passed, they grew older, and their hope began to fade. Still, they trusted in God's plan and believed He had a purpose for them. One starry night, God spoke to Abraham with a promise so incredible it seemed impossible. "Abraham, look up at the sky," God said. "Can you count the stars? That's how many descendants you will have. Your family will become a great nation, and through them, the world will be blessed." Abraham was amazed, but didn't doubt God's words. He believed in God's promise, even though Sarah was too old to have children. They trusted that nothing was impossible for the Lord. Time passed, and although they didn't yet see the fulfillment of God's promise, Abraham and Sarah held on to their faith. They knew God's timing was perfect, and His miracles were beyond human understanding. Hi, friends. My name is Kimberly Swan, and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Welcome to My Friend Jesus, a channel where we share inspiring Bible stories that teach us about God's love and amazing promises. I'd love for you to be part of our community. Just click that subscribe button and join us on this journey of faith and learning. And here's something fun, write this in the comments to share your excitement. I'm ready to learn more about God's miracles. I can't wait to see your comments and connect with each of you. The miracle of Isaac. Years went by, and Abraham and Sarah continued to wait patiently for God's promise to come true. Though their hair had turned gray and their steps had slowed, their faith in God never wavered. They believed that the God who created the stars could surely bring life where it seemed impossible. One day, God appeared to Abraham again and repeated His promise. By this time next year, Sarah will have a son. Sarah, overhearing this, laughed to herself. "How can I, an old woman, have a child?" she thought. But God asked, "Why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for the Lord?" Sure enough, just as God had said, Sarah became pregnant. It was a miracle beyond human comprehension. When their son was born, Abraham and Sarah named him Isaac, which means laughter, because he brought joy and laughter not just to their family but to everyone who heard the story of his birth. Sarah exclaimed, "God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears this will laugh with me." Abraham and Sarah's hearts were filled with gratitude, knowing that God had kept His promise. The birth of Isaac wasn't just the fulfillment of a personal dream, it was a sign of God's faithfulness to His promises. Through Isaac, the foundation of a great nation was laid, a nation that would bless the entire world. Abraham's test of faith. As Isaac grew older, he brought endless joy to his parents. Abraham loved his son dearly, but his greatest love was for God. Then, one day, God called Abraham to do something that would test his faith like never before. "Abraham," God said, "take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There, offer him as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you." Abraham's heart must have felt heavy, but he didn't hesitate. He trusted God completely, even when the plan seemed hard to understand. Early the next morning, Abraham saddled his donkey, took 2 servants and Isaac, and set out for the mountain. After traveling for 3 days, Abraham saw the place in the distance. As they approached, Isaac, carrying the wood for the sacrifice, asked innocently, "Father, where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham replied with faith, "God will provide the lamb, my son." When they reached the top of the mountain, Abraham built an altar and arranged the wood. He gently bound Isaac and laid him on the altar. Though it must have been the hardest moment of his life, Abraham lifted the knife, ready to obey God's command. God provides. At the very moment Abraham raised the knife, a voice called out from heaven, "Abraham! Abraham! Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not harm him, for now I know that you fear God, seeing that you have not withheld your only son from me." Abraham's heart was overwhelmed with relief and gratitude. He untied Isaac and embraced him tightly. Then, looking up, Abraham saw something remarkable. There, caught in a thicket by its horns, was a ram. God has provided, Abraham exclaimed joyfully. He took the ram and offered it as a sacrifice to God in place of his son. As the fire burned on the altar, Abraham's heart burned with gratitude for God's provision and mercy. On that mountain, Abraham named the place "The Lord will provide," a reminder of God's faithfulness and his ability to meet every need. Isaac, standing beside his father, learned an unforgettable lesson about trusting God and his perfect plans. God's voice spoke once more, "Because you have done this and have not withheld your only son, I will surely bless you. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Through your offspring, all nations on earth will be blessed." Abraham and Isaac returned home with joy in their hearts, their faith in God stronger than ever. They knew that God is faithful, and his plans are always good. What we learn from Isaac. The story of Isaac teaches us about faith, trust, and God's unchanging faithfulness. Abraham and Sarah waited patiently, believing in God's promises, even when circumstances seemed impossible. Through Isaac, they learned that God always keeps his word. We, too, can trust him, knowing that his plans are perfect and filled with love. If you enjoyed learning about the faith of Abraham and the miracle of Isaac, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll stay updated with more inspiring Bible stories. Don't forget to like and share this video too.